The one-to-one program is really a program that every student receives a laptop when they first come to Westside High School. They check in August, they get their laptop the first day of school, and they keep it for their whole school year and check it in only at the end of that school year. Our job was to find out what are the skills students need to learn and then choose the right tools to match that so that learning could be efficient and effective.
We're able to tailor-make materials that are specifically targeted towards the learning goals that we have decided are important, and so we're not relying on someone else to teach our students the content. We can teach it exactly how we think they need to learn it.
In physiology class with Miss Abel, we were taking notes while watching a video on the smartboard.
As you watch it, you're going to be able to type in answers and responses on your laptop into this file, which allows us to use color images and color coding on different arrows on the diagrams to make it easier for them to process and identify the structures we think are important. Having students have access to their computers gives us so many more options for how to measure what they know and understand about the things that we think are important. I no longer have to feel guilty about asking all students to produce a certain kind of product.
Our teachers were given, I think, great license to make the best decisions for students.
One of the things that I like to use is Adobe Acrobat to make interactive PDFs that the kids can use. And it's one file that they download and they can have
different presentations like PowerPoints, and we had a video on there with questions you could answer.
So it helps them with organization. It helps with getting feedback out to the kids quicker. That helps them improve and grow.
We've recently started using iPads in many of our classrooms, almost piloting them.
In my AP Economics course, Mr. Lee allows us to use the iPads to do graphing.
When we talk about supply and demand, or we talk about a company and the kind of cost that they face, they can take and with their fingers grab the curve or grab the supply line and shift it over, and it reflects on the graph how that's impacted the market.
I'm a visual learner, and so graphing and seeing the graphs really helps me to understand more.
I think the technology lets you speed up that basic acquisition of knowledge, and it lets you get to the point where you can have meaningful discussions and actual debates.
The use of iPads in my classroom has been something that I started really this semester.
We are doing a 2-week-long project involving the book The Things They Carried by Tim O'Brien.
I used to have them annotate just in their books. We have them check out a copy, they don't get to keep it. So their annotation was on sticky notes. And what I would do for assessment then is I'd pick up each kid's book, flip through it really quick, try and figure out what they wrote, where it was supposed to go on the page, what text they were matching it to, and spending a lot of my instructional time working, just trying to get to every kid. Well, if you think about a classroom when that's happening, if I'm talking to this student here and trying to decipher his or her annotations, I have 20 other students who are not getting my attention. They're not getting instruction.
Each specific little chapter of the book is we're going to spend a day or two on basically doing a motif, theme, and basically trying to relate some other piece of information, text, song, poem, anything about the Vietnam War to the book.
So with the iPad, what I can do is I can have all of them annotating a specific piece of text. They can do their annotation on there, they can write directly on there, they can highlight directly on there, then they can capture that as an image and send it to me. So I can collect those things in my email and look at them right after class, send them feedback before the following class period, and then preserve my instructional time truly for instruction. One of the greatest impacts that using the iPad has had, rather than, I guess, the old way, is I can use my instructional time to get them to points that we've never been able to get to before. So higher levels of analysis, problem solving, critical thinking.
I would be the last to say that our test scores have gone up strictly because of technology, because we've done a lot of things school-wide. But I really believe that technology has been a major factor in our ability to set all-time ACT and SAT records for our school's history. We also know from having commissioned a survey through UNO that our students are more motivated, they're more interested in school, they feel it makes learning more fun.
It's a level playing field. Everybody has the same opportunity and the same access, so there's no reason not to have high expectations of every single student in the classroom.
And that's why Nebraska loves
Our public schools.
Nebraska loves
Our public schools.
Nebraska loves
Our public schools.
Nebraska loves
Our public schools.